Perhaps you're tired of constantly pursuing women and having to put in tons of effort and subtle skills to pique female interest. Well, for most men, this is the issue, and with the hustle and bustle of modern life, sacrificing time to chase women is time you're not spending on improving yourself. Now, don't get it wrong. If you don't chase someone, you won't make any progress, but adding some of the knowledge passed on to us from the ancient Stoics could vastly improve your chances and create an overall person that oozes natural attraction and masculinity. So without wasting your time, let's explore what the ancient Stoics did that made them attractive and still keep modern people going back to their teachings. Regardless of what you've been told, the pinnacle of masculinity is only reached when you can implement the key aspect of Stoicism. This key element is no longer a secret, and we often refer to it as being indifferent, or at least portraying yourself as being indifferent. But what does being indifferent mean? Well, it boils down to not allowing things that shouldn't bother you to play a large role in your life. In fact, it teaches you to focus on the things you can control while eliminating the need to fret over things you can't. For instance, you can control how you approach and talk to a woman, but you don't have any control over how the situation would play out. Being stoic is often associated with the bad boy, since it heavily focuses on caring about one's self. It's also something bad boys naturally have. For this reason, many of the things you'll see in this video tie to the bad boy personality. The only difference is that being mature about it would often yield more success for far longer, but it should show you which qualities the bad boy personalities have that you can work on. Fortunately, these skills are within every person on the planet. It just takes the mental courage to pursue this and to make the changes. So let's dive in.
Fearlessforge.
Number 1. Projecting a self-centered demeanor. This one might sound complicated, but the definition of someone who presents themselves as self-centered is often called a narcissist. In fact, women will tell everyone willing to listen how and why they hate the narcissist. He doesn't care about feelings, and he doesn't take me seriously. But even though they make these statements, they keep on falling in love with this personality type. Now, in the world of Stoicism, being self-centered isn't a show or a way of projecting arrogance. No, the Stoic is actually someone who focuses on himself instead of the needs of those who don't matter. And guess what? When you just meet a woman, she simply doesn't matter, and she'll continually try to figure out why you're the ultimate nice guy, but she doesn't become a priority. This creates intrigue, which will naturally attract women. Number 2. Non-reactive personality. The next way people with a stoic demeanor attract women is by becoming non-reactive. It still ties into the previous point, but once you have a woman hooked, she'll begin to test you. She might create drama to see your reaction or to knock you off center and show weakness. However, Stoicism teaches you that you don't need to react, or at least you don't need to react in front of others. It's far better to deal with this on your own instead of showing the weakness in front of your peers. To women, such a man is highly attractive, and it piques their curiosity in a way because she simply can't figure out why she can't get a reaction. It becomes a game to get a reaction, and you might even see this among your friends when you turn stoic. It creates such an intense level of curiosity that everyone simply wants to find out the why and the how before trying to figure out what would trigger you to crack. This is how many bad boys reel women in without lifting a finger. Number 3. Content with yourself. One thing you can see in every bad boy is that they can portray an image of being content within themselves. They might be dealing with issues just like every other person on earth, but the fact that they keep this to themselves is extremely powerful and enigmatic. If you're rejected, consider thinking how a stoic would approach this. In fact, the stoic person wouldn't fret at all and simply replace the time spent with other productive things. They could spend time with friends or even use it to grow and improve themselves throughout life. The point is simply that they're non-reactive to the rejection of others and can quickly figure out a way to fill the time. Even when they don't have plans, they can sit and meditate, but the important thing is to show that it doesn't bother you. Just this single thing will already add about 2 points to the attractiveness scale. Number 4. Everything just seems to flow effortlessly. Now, this one is a bit more tricky and will take more time and effort to master. You see, the bad boy who has adopted the stoic personality understands that few things in life are worth wasting your mental capacity for. The ancient Stoics often spent hours meditating to understand the true meaning of things in life, and this would ultimately give them a better perspective. Since things like, for instance, money don't bother them, they can live in the moment and understand that appearing stressed will leave a stench of insecurity. Being able to deal with your problems through meditation or behind closed doors allows you to live in the moment. Being in the moment will make you more conscious of what's happening, and this will, in turn, allow you to appear in control. Since the Stoics Stoic bad boy doesn't bring their problems to the outside world, it seems like everything is flowing like a well-oiled machine. Number 5. Willing to make decisions others won't. Now, developing the Stoic personality and making it part of your life will take time. In fact, you need to endure some of the hardship, which teaches you that the Stoic approach is working. If you consider this to be a quick fix, you will fail dismally. One of the main reasons why Stoics attract women more naturally is their willingness to make the decisions that others don't. You see, such a person doesn't have a point to prove to anyone, so their decisions aren't guided by what's trendy and what everyone else wants to do. They swim against the tide, which makes them stand out. In fact, Stoics don't just swim against the tide, they swim in a completely different ocean, and this makes them stand out. You see, the best way to become attractive is to stand out gracefully and respectfully and be willing to do what's best for you instead of others. The willingness to make these hard decisions is something women truly admire and often draws them in. Number 6. They care about themselves first. It might sound a bit like a narcissist, but when it comes to caring for others, the Stoic bad boy often prioritizes people. This means that they care for their close family and loved ones just as much as they do for themselves, but the rest of the world needs to earn it. Since it takes so long for others to earn their loyalty and attention, they become attractive in the sense that they never get attached. If a woman rejects them or if they've had a fun night together, they can simply walk away and not care. The reason for this is because the other person hasn't given them enough reason to care. Since humans hate this, they continue to pursue this person to make them care, and often women gravitate to such a person in the hopes of winning the prize of the person. But don't go out there and fake not caring. Learn to be yourself and truly change your focus on things that matter. This will make you more authentic. Number 7. Enigmatic and mysterious. One of the key things that every person on the planet finds attractive is puzzles and mysteries. There's a reason why conspiracy theories are so popular, and if you change your actions to create a conspiracy theory about you, you'll have people and women trying to figure you out. You see, people are drawn to this, and the bad boy Stoic tends to keep to himself and allow his thoughts to process once he takes time for himself. This means that he doesn't indulge his own personal issues in public, and no one can get a read on him. As mentioned, people love mysteries, and this is why women often watch these murder mysteries on television. Being a mysterious person with enigmatic tendencies will draw in women, and you don't even have to seek them. You'll just notice that as you grow more and more comfortable in this role, women will start seeking you. Number 8. They are unapologetic. You see, the difference between a Stoic and just someone speaking and being completely out of place is the confidence with which they do so. Once you practice the art of Stoicism, you begin to build confidence in your skills, abilities, and knowledge. Stoicism isn't just about changing yourself, but also building your knowledge base. When a Stoic speaks, they've thought it through, and whether or not they offend someone is often calculated and not impulsive. Since you don't understand them, it might seem as if they're impulsive, but they have certainly thought it through. As you can imagine, being willing and capable of speaking your mind and not caring if others like this or not is highly attractive, and it shows a willingness to stand out and leadership. Women are heavily attracted to this, as it means they'll have someone dependable and shouldn't have to take the lead. But Stoicism is an art form that takes time to learn and to develop, and you should consider checking some of our other videos to navigate this ancient method and gain a better understanding. This will truly revolutionize the way you see dating.